A lady here just recently who was a very, very poor putter, and I brought her out here to this very green, and we put her in about the same place here, and I asked her to have a practice putt as if she was going to go up that hole, and this was her practice stroke. So then I moved to 10 foot closer to the hole and asked her what her practice stroke was like. And then I moved to 10 foot closer, and it was the same practice stroke every time. And I said to her, well, how do you determine how far you want to go? And she was saying, I use my feet as a guide, how far the club's going. So I said, that's fine, that's terrific. Well, let's put your feet wider and make the putter go the width of your feet. And the minute she did that, had her feet wider, the first thing that happened, she got a ball up to the hole. So her theory was correct, but her technique hadn't adjusted to the longer putt. So what I'd like to see you do, Peter, why don't you give that a try for the camera and see what happens if you have your feet wider and make a longer stroke. Let's see what happens, see if it works.
Okay, it sounds pretty plausible. Let's see what we do. Wider stance for a longer putt.
That's a terrific putt. Oh, I'll send you the bill.
Okay. That was well done. Thanks very much, Phil. Look, the first part I mishit it a bit, but it was definitely learning by trial and error.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people just go on. They don't come back and practice that putt when they're out here by themselves. I think you can learn a lot going back and re-practicing.
Indeed. I'm going to now go back to the edge of the green here, which is a typical putt we see with a lot of players under clubbing with that back pin. Now, you and I both played 7 irons in to only about 130 yard shot, wasn't it?
That's right.
Whereas the average player probably would look at that and say, well, it's a 9 iron. Now, as you turn around and look at this green here, the false front, anything short here rolls back down the bottom.
If I just roll that ball, just watch what happens.
It's most likely going to go rolled off, and not only that, it'll pick up a bit of speed, and it's not even dry today, and that ball could roll back. I've seen it under tournament conditions roll back 30 or 40 metres. So now we've got a putt up there. Now the camera probably won't even pick it up, Peter. It's so far up there. But we're going to look up
two balls
between those two golf balls. So what I'm going to do now, we'll see if that theory worked with the wide feet. Now, of course, the good thing about having the wide feet, I look a bit like a tripod now. And of course, if you've got a camera on top of the tripod, the camera's not going to move. It actually helps us stay very stable over the ball. So what I'm going to do is stay very still, much longer stroke, and you'll see the ball will get up to the hole quite comfortably. And most players never get the ball that far with their putts because they don't swing it long enough.
Very good lesson. Fantastic. Thank you.
Something different for Moodling.
Well, we're down here on the academy. As I said, this used to be the Australian Institute of Sport Coaching Academy for their elite players. And this is one of the nice practice tee here. And when you get set up for schools, you have goalposts and everything out there, don't you?
This is one of 3 tees we've got here, Peter, and the best thing about it, the centre of the couch grass, which is really well maintained. I've got this teaching tee here, the bottom teaching tee, which also doubles as a pitching area, so we can pitch from here down to that tee at 30 yards, which is a great shot for people to practice keeping their foot down, and that area there. And I've also got a teaching pod up in another area up there, so I can have coaches coaching here. We can go up there, we don't even hear each other. And the best part about it is that we have 5 targets here. We've got the 4 different bunkers up there and the green. So it's 165 yards to the middle of that green. It's a great target, and then we have unlimited distance how far we can hit our drivers up the end of the fairway. So why don't we go over and have a look at our 18-hole putting green and our beautifully designed pitching green, which has 3 bunkers there as well for specialist shots.
Can I ask, there's a garage door here, what's that all about?
Well, that's my indoor teaching bay, so if it rains, no matter what the conditions are, we pull that roller door up, and I've got a teaching mat up there, properly set up as most driving ranges have, so even in wet weather, we can still operate.
Now I see alongside some bicycles. What are those bicycles doing in there?
Well, that's in our gymnasium. It has a full set of weights up there, free weights, bicycles, rowing machine, it has resistance machines, it has free weights, barbells, balls, bounce balls, Swiss balls. It's a fully equipped gymnasium.
Now, a man called Ramsey McMaster, he was very famous. Unfortunately, he passed away just a couple of years back. But he was very instrumental in helping set up the physical training for golf, wasn't it?
Very much so, Peter. He was the physiotherapist here. In fact, the physiotherapy room is still here, and Ramsey was a terrific fella. Lucky enough to meet Ramsey, and I used him myself as my physiotherapist on many occasions, and he was instrumental in driving force between a lot of the guys that are out playing the tour these days. We also have a big conference room in there where we can set up, if we've got a group of 16 to 20 students with a whiteboard, we can set up as a classroom, which is really good.
It is fantastic. We just did a school here just last week.
Okay.
And
great.
We're out here thanks to your management here.
Well, I'm sure they enjoyed it. I'm sure all your students enjoyed it. I enjoy it. Beautiful Muna trees around here. The area's quiet. It's really quiet. We've got no traffic going by here, so people aren't getting distracted. So it's a really nice area for golfers to come and learn golf. It's a great environment. And as we pan out towards our putting green here, it's a beautifully maintained putting green. We usually keep 9 holes in it, but we can put more holes in if it's needed. It's maintained the same pace as the golf course, so you're actually replicating the putting stroke you're using here, we're using out in the golf course as well. To the left you'll see the teaching pod, which gives us a nice little 80-yard shot down towards that chipping green I showed you earlier. And even if you walk up on the hill here, Peter, the fescue grass, the rough around the putting green here, it's the same as on the course, and the fescue grass on this little hill here, which I can teach my students to practice out of, that very deep wiry lie, this is where those sand irons come into play, so we can actually do some practice out of here as well. So the golfers get an all-round experience when they come here to Moona Links Golf Academy.
Well, just when I came here last week with a school, and you made me most welcome. It was great, and we can use your services when we get a big enough number.
Of course.
I think you're very welcoming. You'd like people from around the world, like golf pros, to bring their groups here?
Oh, of course. I mean, they'd be most welcome here. When they come here, the best part about it is your students have this whole facility to themselves. No one else will be here. If we bring a group in, it'll be just them. The pitching green down there, you can't see from here. The green there has nice slopes on it, has little areas for chipping and run shots, for pitch shots, and has 3 different bunkers with different depths, and we can use different sand in those bunkers as well, depending on who's coming out here. So the students coming out will not only know how to play these golf courses, but all the golf courses on this peninsula, which is great. And we've got the facility to be able to get them on all those golf courses. We've got the National Golf Club, number 8, and the Moona course is rated number 8 in Australia. The old course is rated number 10. Most of the courses on this Mornington Peninsula are rated, somewhere near the top 100 of golf courses around the country, which is brilliant.
Yeah, you got Sorrento Golf Club, Portsea, Eagle Ridge.
The Dunes, of course.
The Dunes is fantastic.
Yeah, Flinders is a great little golf course. Peter Thompson used to practice supposedly before he went to the British Open because of the winds over there. It's by the sea. It's a great vista. It's another great little golf course. You've got Rosebud Country Club, which has their own accommodation there.
And 36, the public course.
And Rosebud Public Golf Course, which is fantastic. And of course Cape Shank, owned by the RACV, which is a Trent Jones Junior designed golf course. It's like a little golf course like the old golf course, but not quite on the steroids.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the nice thing is if a group does come in here and brings a school in, playing lessons like you specialise in out in the golf course, don't you?
Yeah, we take them out in the course and we teach them how to, what you saw what we were doing out there today, we take them out in the course and get them to understand the courses down here, how to play the wind. We love it when the wind blows down here because most golfers don't ever experience the wind that we get. I was showing some students the other day how to play 100-yard 3 on 4 irons because that's how strong the wind is. If a pitching wedge normally goes 100 yards, when you've got a 70 or 80 kilometre wind, what club would you use?
But it's not like it's a beautiful place to come. They don't it's not that windy all the time.
No, it's not like Pebble Beach or any of those other courses.
Well, this is an exceptionally good day, but it's just a gentle breeze. So, and I love it here. I think for 7-8 months of the year, this is a great place. It's a great place to play golf and live. Yeah,
it certainly is, and particularly if you want to get away from that North American winter.
Yeah. Or the heat of the tropics in the summer, because even though it's so warm here, it's not a humidity.
It's a very, very nice place to be. Look, I welcome them all you guys to come down to PGA Professionals and other golfers to come to the Mornington Peninsula. You'll really love it. Thanks for coming out today, Peter. Glad to have you both out here.
Thanks, Phil, and we look forward to coming back. And we're going to bring a school back here in April.
Love to have you here. Okay. See you all.